ringing the thunder since 2019?
Yeah, 19.
3 years.
3 years.
Actually, I think we just passed our 3-year anniversary.
Because we started in September.
Yeah, we started at the beginning of football season.
Yeah. September 019.
019?
Camp Radio
019.
Camp Radio 12.
Yeah, so it's like
3 years.
3 years, 150, and we've had a bad year this year, missing some stuff.
Yeah.
But we're like 100. This is episode number 148.
Oh man, coming up on the old 150 mark.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And that doesn't count the Wideside Cinema that we did, which actually was a good show, I thought. And then they quit making movies.
We started that in just the absolute worst possible time.
All right, well, movies don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Wow, that was bad.
That's funny. When we started that, like it was like Maverick was gonna come out.
Yeah.
And we stopped doing it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like 2 years later, it finally released, and I still haven't seen it.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
I assume it's about flying jets.
It is.
And guys that do so with mustaches.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
That's a good observation of what happens there.
Which I'm a Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah.
I
am too.
There's some people that won't watch it because he's in Scientology. It's
See, I hate those people.
Yeah.
Or like,
I'm going to tell you what.
This person, badmouth this person, so I'm going to not watch his movie. It's like, dude, it's a fucking movie.
I'm not a Scientology guy. I don't belong to the Church of Scientology.
Yeah. I honestly couldn't really tell you what it is. I've watched some
episodes of that stuff. It sounds not great. But he doesn't live that life. Like, he's royalty.
Uh-huh.
And has, like, all the people that, have to work to just be a part of it. Like, they have to clean his house. Like, so I don't know. It was like, he needs to leave. It's like, I don't know if he should. He's basically like,
getting free
help. You see them fucking oil barons and princes and stuff like that of like, he kind of gets treated like that, but it's just, by a guy that's coming back at some point in time, I think.
I'm a big...
they lay his clothes out every morning.
Yeah.
That's true.
Seriously? Their God they believe in or whatever it is?
Hubbard fella. Like when he disregarded his body. That's what that's how they said it. He, obviously he'll return. So they, at their whatever compound in his bedroom, they lay his clothes out every day in case that's the day he returns.
Wow.
And he wasn't a sharp dresser, so I don't know that they're... I mean...
When did he die? Did they update his clothes? Or did he die in like the 90s and they're going to lay out
I think it might have been the late 80s.
Oh, okay. It's going to...
Well, because it
bell
was...
bottoms and stuff they're going to lay out.
If you haven't watched any of those documentaries, like he was very big into the look of the Navy.
Oh.
So like the...
like...
What they would call... like in the Jewish community, then you have like the Orthodox, which is a higher level, or not, I guess not a higher level, but more devout or whatever. And they have,
they have like the curls and stuff, and then the
Hasidic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Theirs is called like the Sea Org.
Gotcha.
And you have to sign up to work for, I think, 2 billion years. I think something like that, or a 1 billion year contract. But it's very Navy based, and like they wear like the Navy blues or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they're called. I wasn't in the military. Yeah. But they look like sailors.
Gotcha.
And like his was like, the blue, like I'm the fucking admiral. And they had like medals and shit.
Oh.
And like that little rope tassel. I don't know what that means in the Navy.
But
they had it too, of like, so you just like made up your own medals and you gave them to yourself and you put them on your... I'm the director of...
I think I'm way too... Well, I'm way too much of a smart ass to do anything like that. Like, I couldn't be a part of a cult. Like, especially like the ones like the dudes down in like Waco.
Yeah.
Like, give me all your wives. Like, this guy's awesome.
They all go that way.
I know they do.
Every single one
of them.
It starts out and most of them start out okay.
Yeah, it's a decent cause.
It starts out okay. All right. Well, and it's like, all right, well, give me some money.
Yeah.
These people are running. Let's go over here so we can be by ourselves.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, the good Lord told me that all your wives belong to me now.
Yeah, and your guns.
It's like, I need all your money.
Yep.
And then I need all your women.
Yeah.
And now we got to kill ourselves.
Yep.
But all of them go that way.
I know. It's crazy.
Because that was the I want to say that the People's Temple or whatever, I think, the Jim Jones one.
Yeah.
Of like, it started in Indianapolis, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And it was because churches were segregated.
Yeah.
And he started a church that allowed black and white people to go.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, we welcome everybody. It's like, well, this is a good.
Yeah.
And then it just like,
yeah.
Well, they're not tolerant here in Indiana. Okay, so they moved to San Francisco and everybody went. And then it just, well, we need to leave the country now. Of like, hey, Jim. I feel like we need to leave the country now.
Yeah.
And I'm not allowed to be with my wife anymore.
Yeah. She has to sleep with you like every Wednesday?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. That's what.
Now you're going to shoot this congressman that came down? All right. That was the other thing, too, of like, because the whole don't drink the Kool-Aid came from that.
Yeah.
And like, there was back in that, of like, Kool-Aid's PR department of like, because, hey, this was fucking Flavor Aid.
Yeah.
This wasn't Kool-Aid.
Wasn't even our shit.
Yeah, they didn't even buy high-end shit. They went fucking Kmart brand.
Look at the Flavor Aid, man. Got a crack in his glass. And
it's fucking syringe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right. Cult talk and football. That's what we're here for.
Oh, man. I'll belong to the football cult. I do that.
I think we do.
I think we do, too.
I watch a lot of shit about football.
Yeah, it kind of runs a big part of my life. I mean,
we've talked about this many times. For somebody like me, I was thinking about this on the way over because obviously the World Series is going on, and we've talked several times. Baseball is my favorite sport, and I do not watch it because it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
not one pitch have I watched. I've seen clips on Twitter of the World Series, like mostly home runs.
Yeah,
and I'll click on that because. Especially like when like Bryce Harper hit that home, like the pop of the bat and the crowd instantly cheering is awesome.
Oh, it's so cool.
I'll watch it multiple times of just like
they know.
Like as soon as it hits the bat, you see all the people standing up of like that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
but I haven't, not one time have I even thought about turning on the TV to watch the game.
No,
and then thinking about also of golf.
Yeah,
of obviously I made a career out of it. I don't watch golf tournaments.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time for that either.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the Masters.
We watch the big ones and stuff.
I'll watch the Masters. I'll watch the Open. And I'll watch the U.S. Open. The PGA can go fuck itself because I think it's. I mean, yeah, you're a major winner, but it's also the PGA. You know? I feel like that's. Yeah, I won the PGA.
Yeah, but.
Feels like everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't respect you.
You're not an elite company when you win the PGA Tour.
Yeah, you got to get that one to get, the career Grand Slam. But
yeah,
like if you didn't win the PGA, I feel like you'd be okay.
You'd still be pretty good.
Hey, here's a big stupid trophy.
Yeah.
It's 4 foot tall. Okay. The Wanamaker trophy. All right.
Yeah. Okay. No, but I have gotten more into golf as we started betting on it.
Yeah.
So, there's at least...
Which is wild for the fact that I bet on that every single fucking week for a year.
Yeah.
And never watched it.
I know. And that's honestly probably why I started watching is like, oh, my guys made the cut. Oh, let's see how they do. And typically when I watch them, they do terrible. So then I usually turn it off because...
Feeling like you got that much power.
Yeah, exactly. Like I made them nervous that I tuned in. Yeah, I don't want to ruin their vibe,
Well, with great power...
Yeah, comes great responsibility.
I mean...
Uncle Ben said.
The superstition.
Yeah.
You think you're so powerful that if you do this, people that don't know who you are, they probably know who you are.
This is, and this is no way, that's really shit on myself because I am superstitious. Are you too smart to be superstitious?
Me?
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, or more like in like the real, like, dude, that's not fucking real. Like, I wear for my games, I wear the same shit every Friday.
Really?
Yes.
That seems weird to me.
Yeah, and I have, like, when it gets cold, I have one undershirt that I wear for the cold games.
You get cold?
Well,
because I've not seen that happen.
Do I get cold? No.
Well, especially this fall because it's fucking 80 degrees out.
I get tired of people coming up to me and asking me, aren't you cold? So I just put on fucking sleeves. That way people leave me the fuck alone. Like it does get annoying. Like, no, I'm not cold because it's only 65 and the wind's blowing.
Well,
like,
that's such a weird fucking thing to say.
Mm-hmm. It is. Aren't you cold?
Aren't you cold?
If I wasn't,
I'm not you.
Yeah,
bitch.
Yeah. So no. So there's one specific undershirt that I wear when it gets to the chilly games.
I don't know if I could say it's. I don't know why. I'm just not.
And for
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it?
It just.
I don't wear Denver stuff on their game days. I feel like if I cheer
you shouldn't
too
wear
much,
that at all now.
Well, I feel like if I cheer too much, if I get too into the game, they're going to lose. Now, do they lose anyway? Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't cause it.
Because you made a 7-year mistake.
But I didn't cause it. That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about like none of that, and just like when I enter my lineup into the $1 million thing on Fan, I fucking 100% just assume I'm going to win.
Yeah.
So I'm not superstitious, but I also have this fucking blind fucking.
So I put,
but I don't feel like of all the people that are in our group that get into the $1 million one. I don't know how many people do.
Oh, I think a lot of them do.
But if they do, I imagine they have kind of, I'm going to fucking win this week.
Yeah.
This is a good fucking squad. And then 30 seconds in, 3 of your guys are hurt. And you're like, I got fucked this week. So it's next week.
Are you a tinkerer? No, because you put your lineup in like 10 minutes before.
I think I would be if I put it.
So
I wait till the end, like around 12:40 or so. I'll kind of flip through Twitter.
Yeah, to see if
anybody's scratched or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I've been burned on that before. Put the lineup in at like 11. They're like, well, so-and-so's not playing today. Well, I had him starting at quarterback. So
fucked my whole lineup
okay.
up. When it opens up each week, I instantly put in a lineup
so you can dick with it.
So I can dick with it. And I'll put it in the first lineup, and I'll be like, oh, man, this is awesome. Next day, I'll look at it, I'm like, what in the fuck was I thinking doing this one? And I will literally clear everything and just start over again.
Yeah.
And then I'll finally be satisfied.
See, I think mine, obviously, I have no superstition of that. I have nothing. I don't rub a fucking troll doll or something like that when I pick. But for most of my, like, I have this fucking blind confidence in shit that I do.
Yeah.
That is just like unfounded.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for it. And to tell you, obviously, like on the golf side of things, of like I play at most once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And my game is not good. But I just assume that I can hit these shots that I used to be able to hit when I practiced all the time. Of like, I'm 212 yards out, but if I hood this fucking 6-iron and hit a hook, it should take one big skip and then it should check and kind of run back to that pin. And it's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Made you think that never hit? I haven't hit range ball and I can't tell you how many years. And I play once a week of where that shot comes up once a year.
Yeah.
And I just assume because I have been able to hit that shot in the past that I can just do that.
Yeah.
And it's.
I'm kind of weird with like golf too, but it's my shoes because I don't have golf shoes because I didn't know golf shoes were a thing until like last year.
Yeah.
But I golfed one time in these older pair of shoes and the traction was going on and I felt like I slipped the entire day.
Yeah.
And now I have this, I keep a pair of shoes that have more traction on them and more grip on the bottom because it could have been something, I could have just been swinging way too fucking hard and made myself slip.
It's just your balance is off because you got to, that is still, I think we talked about this too. I get so sick and tired of hearing that of like, 75% is actually your best swing. No, it's not. You got to swing the fuck club.
Yeah.
Hit the fucking ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the proper speed to swing at? As hard as you can and still make good contact.
Yeah.
So if you make good contact swinging like a fucking gorilla, then that's your swing speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if 50%, if you get over that, you can't hit the ball, really? Well, maybe 50 is where you're at.
Slow it down a little bit.
But as hard as you can is usually the proper thing.
Yeah.
Well, I just had this like a week or so ago. Whenever the last time I played was. And that was, I think I told you that. Of like, I just ho-hum playing like shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And like 2 holes left on the back nine. He's like, well, you're 1 under on this side. I'm like, okay. You know. But I even in that round, I got to this point of there's a little bit of wind, and it was on a par 3, and it was like 190. And it has a little wind, and I'm thinking, okay, if I hit a high draw, I'm going to get some carry. It's a little firm, so I hit it. It's like, I think 9 irons to play.
What?
Which would have been like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like I could have got that there. It's like, what are you doing?
Uh-huh.
It hits and fucking backs up and hits in the approach up to the
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
obviously that was never getting there. What made you thought you still had that shot? But I just assume it.
Yeah.
Since I've done it before,
I can do it again.
Fucking got to still be there.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean by that because I have the same things. It's like, oh, I've hit a good shot on this one. I'll hit it again every time.
Yeah.
That one specific, and I've gotten to the point of my golf game now where I can kind of I'm going to be over here after this shot. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't ever correct it because I just know that's probably where I'm going to end up, and I'm so used to hitting at that particular spot, I just feel comfortable. Like whenever it's just me and my wife and we go. And she's like, you never hit it in the fairway. I'm like, I know, but I feel like I can't hit it if I hit it in the fairway because I'm so used to hitting it.
That is such a weird thing.
It's super weird.
Because I remember that from being a kid. I need the ball in the rough so it sits up a little bit like it's on a tee. And now it's like, hey, if this fairway was actually as hard as the cart path over there, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah,
like if it was super thin and very firm.
Yeah.
Where there's no grass under the ball. Like that's like the perfect condition for me to hit that ball.
Yeah.
Like, and thinking, wonder when that switch happened of like, no. I want, if it was sitting on dirt almost, I feel pretty, And
I don't even use it for loft. That's just, I hit out of it.
Comfortable.
Yeah. I hit out of it so much that I'm like, how do I hit off a short grass? Because I usually if I'm hitting an iron, I never get the height on it because I don't know if I pull up on it because I'm afraid.
Yeah, because you try to lift it.
Pretty much,
which is what makes you hit it lower.
Yeah, I get it. It's a weird thing,
but
it is. Yeah, I mean, I basically blade it and it just scoots on down flat. Like, fuck.
Like you got to hit down on backspin.
Yeah,
the right. That's the height is made from backspin. So you got to hit down on it.
Yeah.
I feel like you've seen me do that before, and you should just pick that up.
And I can't do that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to go practice.
I was just having this conversation the other day. We were talking about like back in those days, like I would give some lessons, but not because I'm not great at giving lessons to a point.
Yeah.
Like if you're at a whatever level,
Yeah.
But like I'd given some lessons to like some people like maybe weren't athletic.
Yeah.
But then couldn't get the ball airborne, and then they would. If they swung 10 times, they might whiff twice.
Yeah.
And to me, I couldn't have because I can't gather in my head why you can't hit the ball.
Yeah.
Like I don't, I can't make that make sense in my head.
No, I'm with you.
Of like, hey, what? Like, I've seen you do, like, you didn't fall down walking out here. Why can you not fucking hit it's not moving.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I know what you're saying.
But we had this one kid. He was probably, I don't know, 14 or 15. And his grandpa bought him some lessons, and his stayed the whole time to watch, which is great. I've got a lawn chair out here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is this good enough for you? Because he was terrible at golf, obviously. So he, So, the kid couldn't get the ball airborne with a wedge.
Yeah, okay.
And all I'm trying to do is get him to be able to hit a wedge 15 yards in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Half hour. Like, this is the whole. So now I'm trying to get it to what, have you ever played tennis?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
It's
like, hey, I get it. A lot of people haven't played tennis. Baseball. Nope. Any sports? Nah, I'm in the band.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. Well, if I can't relate this to anything you've ever done, so we, lessons over, and like at the end, he hit a couple that maybe 30 yards, like wedge, just like half wedge shots.
Yeah.
And then the grandpa comes up and goes, "Got some talent, doesn't he?" And I'm like, the fuck were you watching? Are you that? I mean, I understand when it's like your family that you think of like, the fuck is wrong with you, old man?
No, I didn't see any talent at all.
Fuck. No. He's not any good.
No, he's not. He's terrible. Don't bring him back.
But that comes around to it. And that's like the blind confidence I have in shots and shit like that. And then like with what you do and stuff like that of like, I don't have that next level to be like, when people are saying, well, my kid's doing this, like, well, your kid's not any fucking good.
Yeah.
Like that's,
yeah.
like for me to shut that down and just be like, well, your kid fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, if they would put him in the game, he'd average 30 points. No, he wouldn't.
No, nope.
No, he wouldn't.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
First of all, nobody does.
Yeah.
It's fucking high school. There's like one guy a year that does that, and I'll just be real honest, you're not getting scholarship offers from fucking Duke. That kid did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's just weird how I know you, so like a lot of people don't know. I know how your mind works, and I just don't feel like superstition is you know?
It is not.
No, that's why I figured it's, and I don't know.
And it never has been.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's something that I don't really remember, like when I played sports, like did I have a super, I wore, I didn't really wear, like I had a shirt that I wore, but it was just because it was like the one that was old and raggedy. Like it was
your under the pad shirt or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't wear any of the tight, combat stuff or anything like that.
It didn't even exist when I was in there. Yeah. It's just I was a big guy, so everything was tight.
Yeah. But now that when I started coaching and stuff, it was like I got way more nervous doing that than playing.
Yeah,
just because like I can't control.
Oh yeah,
what's happening? I have no control. I can do what I can do, but those people are out there doing it.
Well, we practiced that 57 times and I didn't get it right.
I had a lot this year. I had a lot of that this year.
But that was never, like it's kind of one of those things too. It's just weird. Like obviously, I rode the bench for 2 years playing football, and you just wore the same shit because that was the shit you wore.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and that's what I don't remember. But like in
in baseball, it was like wasn't any, But now I didn't have. It wouldn't be superstitions, and it turns over into golf too. Like I do the same shit.
Yeah.
Every single time before I hit a shot.
But that seems more of a repetition thing than
getting in the right spot. It's like checks and...
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's not superstition. That's just trying to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would never say, well, I missed the putt because I didn't...
yeah, exactly.
I didn't do this or what.
I didn't shake my leg twice.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
What was that?
I don't know.
Something just donged.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my cock hit the floor. It's made out of springs.
I was going to say, I hope this is a concrete floor.
Yeah, that is a weird thing, though. Like, because there's a lot of people that are like that. And especially, to me, it's weird. And it's weird if you're playing the sport.
Yeah.
And now it's super fucking weird if you do it and you're watching... people that you're never going to meet playing, thinking that somehow it affects what they're doing.
Oh,
to me,
to me, it's really weird.
Do you eat people? That's at that level.
So, yeah. So Denver, they played last Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Okay. I woke up and I got dressed and I had a Broncos shirt on.
Okay.
The first possession, Russ almost threw a pick. The second possession, he did throw a pick. I took the shirt off, and then he started playing better.
See, now that is just fucking...
It's cool. I mean, it is what it is. But in my mind, I didn't think it would make us play better. I was just like, I'm not fucking wearing this because I never wear a shirt like this. I mean, I never... If they win before the game, so let's just say they play Monday Night Football.
Okay.
I'll wear a shirt to work, a Denver shirt. If they win, I'll wear another one, but I won't wear it during the game. I'll support them, or I'll just have my hat on. I'll have a Broncos hat on. Yeah, it is weird as fuck.
Super weird.
I played for a guy who, on the day before games, he was a huge Tiger Woods fan. He wore red and black the day before the games because that's what Tiger wore on Sundays. Swear to God.
Why would he do it the day before a game?
I don't know, because he couldn't wear it. He had a different outfit that he wore during the game.
I was just say fucking doesn't mean that's weird.
Yeah,
dude, boy, that it was. I still worked inside, obviously, as Tiger Woods, dominant.
Yeah,
10 years, but like that first stretch where he fucking won everything for 4 years or whatever. Dude, it'd be like opening up that shop on a Sunday. You wouldn't because you've been in the golf business before. But it's still alarming how many people showed up in red and black on Sundays.
Yeah.
Black pants, red shirt, black Nike hat.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
All the
like,
time.
hey, man.
You're not Tiger.
You're not him.
You're not him, buddy.
I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
But
you're not him.
It's not it.
Yeah. And I don't think it's going to help me win. It's just what I feel comfortable wearing that.
Now, when I had, because I would actively not do that on a Sunday, because like when I had my deal with Nike, the amount of fucking shirts I had.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I would get a credit every year for however many $1,000 to pay whatever you get.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, like the 3-button placard, Piquet Nike golf shirt, like standard golf shirt. I had every color.
Yeah.
Every fucking color.
Yeah.
Nike socks, Nike. I mean, because at this point of like, because also you get a staff discount.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't think would, the money that they're giving you to spend on stuff, you don't think that discount would, it does.
Yeah.
So instead of $20 for that shirt, it was $10.
Yeah, you can't pass
at that rate
up.
of like, I got to get through this much money, because I don't use it, I lose it.
Yeah.
Of like, and fucking Nike dress socks. I got Nike dress shoes. Of like, I had some, they called them shop shoes. They didn't make them for long, but they were Nike dress shoes.
Nice.
They were fucking awesome.
That sounds nice.
But I still have them. But, they're a little worn out now because that was like 15 years ago. But, yeah, so I was like actively, just randomly grab a shirt, oh, no, it's Sunday, put this back.
Yeah.
People are going to say shit because it's a Nike shirt and I'm in a golf shop.
Hey, Tiger. No, I got the wrong shirt this morning.
That's what they call me. White Tiger.
Oh, goodness.
That was nice, though, man. Like all the fucking clothing.
Oh, yeah, I bet it was.
Super nice. I just ran out of golf gloves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I, not Nike ones. My last one was with Callaway.
Mm-hmm.
So I had shit tons of golf gloves.
Mm-hmm.
So like
I've golfed with you a handful of times. I've never seen you wear a glove.
That's because I ran out.
Okay.
I'm not fucking buying them. I don't pay for this shit. But it was like, because I like my last one got a hole in it, and I'm like, I get another one. And it's like, fuck it. I'm not playing good enough to need it, and I'm not swinging hard enough anymore that it's really a big deal. But it was just like my saddle pocket of my golf bag was just must have been 40, 50 gloves in there. It was like, I ripped it, and then just grab a new one out, and it was like, I feel like a big shot.
I can't find one that doesn't rip as soon as I put it on.
You should probably go up a size.
I can't find like a 2X glove.
Oh yeah, you have to order those.
Yeah,
like you'd have to order like 6 of them.
Yeah, and I don't really want to do that. But literally, the one that I have, I bought it. I have to buy a new one because my grip gets weird and my hands get a little funky after a couple holes.
Beers.
No,
after
just
a couple beers.
I like my almost like my grip strength starts to go away, and I'm
gonna tell you right now, you shouldn't be grabbing it that fucking tight.
Well, I do.
Kind of, just enough to hold on to it.
Well, I do. I'm a white knuckler.
White knuckler. Boy, it hurts all the time.
Yeah.
But no, like after I pee. Well, you're squeezing too hard.
No, but they rip every year. It's like my hand. Okay, my hands. I have a decently sized hand, but it's not that fucking big. People have bigger hands than I do who golf. Maybe.
Oh yeah. You're not an anomaly.
No, I'm not.
You're in no way special.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, I thought you was going to say that you have a superstition that you have to have a rip glove or you're not going to make a birdie.
What's a birdie? I only know bogeys. Yeah. If I hit a bogey, it's a good day.
That's how I walked through a room in my house the other day, which I haven't been in I don't know, like 2 years or whatever. Part of the house I don't go to, but it's where all my golf shit is.
Uh-huh.
It's just going like, oh shit, I got like a lot of clubs in here.
Just collected over the years.
Like, well, there was Nike drivers in there, like the original Nike drivers.
Yeah.
This is like There's a 7 degree. There's a 7.5 degree. There's an 8 degree. This one has a steel shaft. This one has a. It's like
it's cool.
Some Callaway drivers in there. Some bunch of 3 woods.
Were you like the original Big Bertha guy? Was that your era of golf, or is that before you or after? I guess.
No, it was during my. I never hit one.
Gotcha.
No, my buddy and a lot of people.
Yeah.
Actually, that was like right in when I was in high school. 90% of the bags. That a high school match has that in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I remember when I was a kid and I would golf and stuff like that. Like everybody was like, "Oh, you got to get the Big Bertha. You got to get and there was like the Big Bertha 2 and you know what I mean? They just kept coming out.
I had terrible clubs in high school.
Yeah,
I mean, like from Kmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Power Tour.
No, they were
Power Built.
No, it was Northwestern back then.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, what's it fucking matter?
Yeah.
You just fucking hit it. So everybody's like, then I, obviously after I got out and got a job, I could get different stuff. And then I moved into, because I moved into being a blade player. I don't play that castback shit that, all the losers play. If you can't hit a blade, you can't play the game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So we can go on to football?
Sure.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do with this show.
Well, I'm running out of
do it.
My golf knowledge is starting to run out. So
well, I have other things I could talk about. And this all started about superstition.
I know
that's how we got from there to here.
We transition well.
Because you believe in a mythical goblin that's going to tug on Russell Wilson to make him make mistakes. I feel like he's doing that himself.
He is the mythical goblin.
But moving on to football, just since I said that, let's just get this out of the way real quick. So the thing is your team's not giving up on the season, but
So are you talking about our record's not very good.
But you're going to trade what you weren't going to pay him. I assume that's the reason.
That's the reason. And they were.
Those guys are a dime a dozen. I mean, you can get top level pass rushers fucking everywhere.
He's not even the leading sack guy on our team.
But that changes things, though.
It changes a lot of things. Now there's a lot of youth guys that are 1-2 in the year in the league, and then we still have Randy Gregory, who should be back after the bye week. There's pieces there, and I liked Chubb coming out, but he's only played 1 full season since he's been drafted.
Yeah.
He was always hurt towards ACL, tore one, and then tore the other one, and then there was an Achilles or something in there too. But getting a first-round draft pick out of him, it was kind of big because I didn't think he was worth a first-round draft pick.
I think he was.
You do?
Yeah. Well, I think you're too close to it to see what he does for your team.
No, I know what he does for the team.
And what he can do for another team.
Yes.
But what he can do for a team that's ready to go.
Yeah. And I get that's why
Which is weird that you're not ready to go.
Super weird. I found it odd from that aspect of it. It's you went out and you traded for Russell Wilson, thinking that he could, do better than what he's doing now. Obviously, that wasn't your thought was that he would be better than he's playing now. And then you sell arguably your best defender.
Yeah.
And I thought that was weird, but again, you weren't
whose pick did they get?
San Fran's.
So you fucked either way.
Yeah, we're getting that.
You traded him for a second rounder, basically.
Basically, because I wouldn't even be surprised if we traded that first round pick for more second round picks. Honestly.
Yeah, because that one. Because that has
because it's going to be in the 20s.
It's going to be in the 20s, and it could be in the 25 area of
unless there's a top tier offensive lineman still available, they're going to trade.
And they're not going to be.
No.
And wide receiver class isn't as.
No, the offensive line class isn't very good this year either.
Quarterback is. Maybe you pair those together and trade up and get one.
Maybe. We don't even have one. We only have that one because we used the other one for Russ.
Oh, for the next 3 years. Oh my God.
No. Just 2 this year. It was last year and this year. We have one next year.
Okay.
For 2024, we have one. 2023, we just got from Miami.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But no, it was cool that it was, first round pick. But I got both sides, but I was like, okay, it's kind of
basically they weren't going to pay him.
Basically, they didn't think that you have other guys who are outperforming their contracts still under, 5th round, 6th round pick contracts. So that's that's kind of where they're at.
What that says to me when that happens, is they're about to tear it down.
Yeah, and
because I'm honestly what's most shocking is that Judy didn't get.
And that's
really
why
thought he was going to get
and that's
traded.
why I don't think they're shutting it down completely because he should have been if they were.
Well,
but
I think they might value him more than everybody else does because he's not very good.
Yeah, he's picked up the last couple weeks.
Like
but
they would say, well, we need a first rounder for him.
They were wanting 2.
Yeah, of like, well, hey, there's like Hall of Fame guys that are going for fucking second rounders. So like he is not that.
Yeah,
like he's a wide receiver 2, maybe 3 on a competitive team. He's your alternate.
Yeah, but he's
depth.
Except for last week against the Jags, he was our wide receiver 2. Like Cortland Sutton was getting all of the one routes and stuff like that. But I don't mind it. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you gonna do? It sucks because I obviously like the guy. But again, you're not paying him. Has only played 1 full year. You never know what's going to happen. You could give him all this money and tear his ACL next year. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it is you don't know what your draft pick is. You know what he is.
You kind of got a rough idea. Yeah, but it's not going to be top 12.
Yeah, but you know that. But you knew what he was.
Yeah,
and that's the only thing I find odd. But they also did it for cap room because there's a couple guys that they view as core players that are going to get, like Draymond Jones. Like his contract's up, they're going to pay him.
Right.
There's the DBs, the secondary. Those guys are getting ready to come up.
But that's the bad thing is, so yeah, you're 3-5, but that ain't dead.
No,
because like the AFC, like it's a lot of good teams, but a lot of good teams that are losing fucking games.
A lot of bad records. Yeah, especially in our division. Like this, that is the. I think we even talked about that before the season. Everybody hyped up the AFC West, and I think we said they're either going to be all really good or they're going to be not very good, and they're not very good,
dude. And I'm sure it makes you ecstatic because I know you don't like him, but the Raiders getting blitzed like that, you're fucking professionals. You got a lot of fucking money out there.
Oh my God!
1 catch?
Yeah.
1 catch?
I told you that before the season.
You can't scheme something together to get him more than he didn't. He was getting triple cut now. Granted, it's Aaron Rodgers. Everybody's liking to shit on him now like he can't throw a football.
I know.
But that guy was getting triple covered and getting shit like that.
Yeah.
I
don't get, and I
like Derek Carr. I mean, I don't think he's terrible.
No,
he's not elite, but he's
capable. He's manageable.
It's never in my mind where if Derek Carr threw for 350 and 4 touchdowns, I'd be like, okay. I mean,
I'm not
shocked at that.
That and, dude, if they can't, they are so heavily dictated if they they don't know what to do if they can't get 3 to 4 yards of carry.
Yeah,
they have no clue what to do.
Well, that's a big key this week that was in my doc to talk about is running the football because there's teams that can't do it.
Yeah,
and it fucking hurts.
Oh my God,
my team happened to be that way.
Yeah.
You get pass happy. It's the NFL, man. There's professionals on that other side of if you're one-dimensional, I don't give a shit what dimension it is. They're going to figure out a way to stop you.
It's crazy how NFL teams can be one-dimensional. Yeah. It's crazy. And I like the Bengals. Like, you have so much talent. Joe Mixon is a good running back.
Phenomenal.
If there's a solid point of your offensive line, it's run blocking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they try to do all right, there's one thing if you're running the football like Philly does, all out of shotgun, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 reads to go along with it.
Yeah.
When you're just giving straight dives out of the backfield and shotgun, we kind of know it's coming.
And it's tough when you're doing dives out of shotgun. It's real tough for that running back to get going.
Real tough.
You kind of do dives out of center.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way the world works.
And it's
or pistol. That's fine too.
There's no motion.
Yeah.
There's no deception. There's no trickery. There's no setting up blocks by motioning. It's just a very bland run game.
Well, the Bengals run game is a run game that I can draw up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a 32 dive. Yeah. We're going to get a little crazy here and go 34, and we're going to pull a guard. Yeah. Like, all right, well. It's very basic of like, if you're an offensive guru in the systems that you came out of and where you coached and who you was with.
Yeah.
And you came out of a place that's predicated on the run game.
That's what gets them going. You're in a division that's predicated on run game.
Yeah. And last year, hey, Joe Mixon, almost 6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. Because now that play action means something when you got 3 wide receivers like that.
He just gives up on it.
Yeah.
Like if he's not, like you said, if he's not popping off 6 yards a carry, it's like, oh, it's not working.
In the first quarter.
And won't come back to it.
Well, and that was the thing they were talking about because everybody remembers Derrick Henry struggled for years.
Yeah.
They had that talk with Eddie George about what it's like being a big running back because that's what Eddie George was. And he said, you need to explain to your coach what you are.
Yeah.
Of, hey, I need 25 carries a game because I'm a wear-out guy. Like, there's a lot of times where Derrick Henry averages 2 yards a carry in that almost through the first half, and then it's like 6 yards, 8 yards, 12 yards, 12 yards, 15. Okay, there's 40.
Tired of tackling the big fucker.
Yeah, he's massive. He needs to hit a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the way it works.
But he's a back that likes it, too.
That's what he does.
That's what he does.
That's who he is.
You said he wears him down.
Can't feel the flow of the game.
Yeah, but a lot of, like you said, a lot of teams are not running the ball. Like, I am completely out on Najee Harris.
Boy, it's getting loud in Pittsburgh for that shit.
Oh, my God.
Their offensive line is so bad.
So bad.
And their offensive coordinator is so bad.
So bad.
Like, that is high school shit that he runs.
Oh, so much
and
high
not
school
even
shit.
high-level high school stuff of like, hey, what do you...
I don't know.
Hey, like, I had a feeling like all these linebackers are just calling out your plays.
Yeah.
Because
why
it's
wouldn't
like,
they?
Hey, let's just line up over here because they can't do it.
Yeah. And you're killing everything else because your defense is on the field 90% of the damn game. Yeah. 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt, 3 and out punt.
Pretty tough.
Pretty tough. You're not helping out Pickett. You're not.
No.
You're not doing anything to help that kid out. It's going to be, and we all know the Rooneys, they don't like to fire, but it's going to be, like, Tomlin has to make a change.
Yeah.
And he has to find somebody who's going to be better than what it is. Quit hiring. I know he likes to do it, but quit hiring in-house people. Yeah,
because that Matt Canada is fucking terrible.
He's bad. He's bad. He finally did it with the defense. He brought somebody else, but it's like, my God, hire somebody that's
Don't
going
just hire your people. Hire the best person.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good, solid people out there that can. Like, I always thought, when Joe Brady got fired from Carolina, I thought, oh, I think he would do decent in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It's a young team.
Yeah.
He does some different things offensively.
But Joe Brady wasn't ready for an offensive coordinator in the NFL yet.
No, not yet at all.
Like, he just got plucked.
Threw him right in there.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you take that job?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're that, like, wait,
I don't even know where he's at now.
He's the quarterback's coach for the Bills.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah, work back in. He'll be a coordinator.
Yeah. And that, like, those younger guys, because it always seems to be, and I don't know if there's any science behind this or not, but when you have a younger team, it always seems to help when you have a younger coordinator.
Yeah.
Because they like to try different shit.
Yeah.
It's not this is what I run. It's like, no, I'm going to run what these guys are good at because that's the way I like to do things.
Well, and that's the thing, too, like with Joe Brady coming out of LSU with what he was. I mean, that was that offense was just, come on. But you got to be careful with those guys because, like, you'll watch college and you watch some of these young guys in the NFL, if they get so fucking pass happy of like, hey, man, you got to run the ball in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit how much, if you only run for 90 yards, but like you got to tote that thing 20 times because if you're not going to bring that safety down toward the box, you ain't, if you're a shot taking offense that loves passing the ball, like, hey, in the NFL, if that safety's not coming down, you ain't getting that. I mean, because it's fucking men's league.
Yeah.
And, we study tape too.
Yeah, exactly. We're pretty good at what we do over here.
Pretty good at what we do.
And there's some good teams that don't run the ball very well.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
But they find a way.
And I don't
But
think
it always comes to get you, though.
It does. And I think, like, the Bills, that's really the one team that really comes to mind when, like, they're a really good team, but they don't run the ball very well. But they don't run the running back very well. Josh Allen can now scamper around and do some different things. And
they find a way to run the ball.
They find a way to run the ball. And I don't like the screen game as an extension of the run game because it's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's really, really, it's definitely not a part of the run game.
This is just an extension of the run game. It's like, all right, so what are you doing? How are you manipulating a two deep safety by throwing the ball outside the numbers 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
What is that doing?
Yeah.
That is anything reflective of the run game?
Nothing.
Because it changes nothing in the backfield. It's not like we can line the fucking safety out over on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
I mean, but they will bring him down 2 steps for a run support.
Yep. Or in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even just 2 steps is enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
Yeah, I tell you what the Eagles, I love to watch that offense run because it is, dude, I kid you not, I watched the game last night. They ran the exact same play 8 times in one drive.
Yeah.
The little split zone action. There's so many things off of it. And I think Orlovsky said something about Jalen Hurts is the best reader in football right now because he's making all the correct. I'm like, he's fucking 100% right.
Yeah.
Because there is literally 3 reads on each one of their run plays.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing in the NFL that, hey, if we can line up in this formation and run 12 different plays off of it, it's pretty good. Pretty good place to be in.
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I know that Sirianni got a lot of shit last year for some of the weird stuff he says, but he has coached his fucking ass off.
He is awesome.
He is awesome, but he has coached his fucking ass off. And he did the best thing, and we talk about it all the time. He called the plays his first year, half the year. Felt comfortable enough to give it up. Now this year, the guy does it fully. Yeah. He is able to concentrate on everything else now.
Yep. And I've said it a million times on this show. If you're a head coach calling plays,
it's not going to be good.
I don't like it.
Yeah. It's not good.
Yep. Well, yeah, but Sean McVay and Andy Reid, you're not them.
You're not them.
And Andy Reid took him 30 fucking years to win one.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean.
Yeah, let's be honest. He's a really good coach.
Yeah, but he always pissed out toward the end.
Won 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah. I just, especially these first-year guys of like, I like calling the plays. Like, well, you've never been a head coach before.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd be the head coach.
Everybody that was a coordinator likes calling the plays. That's why you were a coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not, yeah, we know you like calling the plays, buddy.
But yeah, with the Eagles, man, it's so, dude, I watched, obviously I had to go to bed, but the touchdown they scored after half to Brown.
Yeah.
I think it was the first play after the pick, wasn't it?
Yes.
From the 25.
Mm-hmm.
He was so wide open.
I know.
And I mean, the Texans were playing good.
Yeah, playing solid. I mean, they're doing what they can. They
weren't stopping that, but they were making them work down the field.
There was no big play. It wasn't like Pittsburgh last week.
But it was like, he was so open, and it was just like this, here you go. Like, it is so good to watch. And then like a week or so ago, seeing the mic'd ups or whatever.
Yeah.
When Jason Kelsey put the Batman mask on, just like, once it hurts, turns around, he goes, I'm Fat Batman.
Yeah.
And like this is like in the middle of a game laughing because the starters got pulled because they're winning by so much of like, that team fucking likes each other and they have a good time. Mm-hmm. And they're really good at football of like that feels like this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's also like the culture that you bring. Like we talk about, it's a partnership. It's not I tell you what to do. And it's kind of what like McDermott does with the Bills. Like those guys love each other. They like to joke around. They like to have a good time, but we're fucking playing football. Yeah. And when you have that good mixture of the two, like you're going to have some success. Yeah.
Well, that's why I was listening to McAfee's show and he had Bean on today.
Yeah.
From Buffalo.
Yeah. I listened to a couple clips.
To him talk, about how they evaluate players, but he's like, going to the Georgia game tomorrow. Yeah. Obviously there's a bunch of guys that are going to end up in the NFL on those two teams. Mm-hmm. If you get, just making that of like, you can get lost in the film because you don't see the plays that they're not highlighted. Yeah. You don't see if they got pulled out because they made a mistake. You don't see how they interact with the coach. And he's like, I need to see how they go play to play and how they interact to see if they'll fit in with our culture. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't fit in with that locker room, we don't fucking want them. We
don't want them. Yeah.
And there's a lot of, hey, go buy, that guy's really good. Go get him over here. Yeah. What? You're finding out about that right now.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, he's a good quarterback. Uh-huh. Feels like he's killed your locker room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like now you hear with Richard Sherman and Lynch and them going like, I couldn't even call him.
Yeah,
I have to call his assistant to set up a meeting with him of like,
yeah.
I'm your fucking running back.
Yeah, we're teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, man. but like the brand, like the Bean guy who was on there
He's
today.
awesome.
He is awesome. But like you said, like evaluating the talent. So like he said, he's like, when he's talking about like the Nyheim Hines trade,
Yeah.
like we've had our eye on that guy for a long time. Like he does a lot of good things that we like. And it's like, it's so cool how your job doesn't stop even during the season.
Yeah.
Like you're still evaluating what everybody else has just in case there's that opportunity. And I think that's like would be some of the cool things to do as a GM.
That was the way he laid that out of, obviously we build the team, do the draft, build the team through the summer, cut down, get our 53 guys through camp. Then we evaluate the league to see if there's any, practice squad guys we want to steal from other teams or whatever to fill our practice squad.
Yeah.
Then we'll start looking at college. And then about 3 weeks before the trade deadline, we start looking back and reevaluating our team, see if there's anybody we can get. And then trade deadline hits. Now we're back to college players.
Yep.
Of like just that layout of like, this is how we do it.
Yeah.
I don't need to, because we can't get guys from other teams now. You can get free agents and shit. But
I thought one trade to the Bills, because I knew that they were talking about looking at running back and just a different dynamic playmaker. I really thought they were, and again, this guy, he could have didn't like something about him, but I really thought they'd pull that 4th round trigger and go get Hunt from the Browns.
Felt like that would have been.
I felt like that would have been just like the icing on the cake of what they could have had.
But he could be a guy that
That's
just
what I'm
doesn't
saying.
fit,
It could, and then they could evaluate that, and with him explaining that, I'm like, okay, well, that makes some sense now.
And you get the Christian McCaffrey thing, like he said. He's like, well, obviously I worked there. I'm going to be. Now, granted, of like, there was no way they had the money or anything to fit him in. But, hey, if they don't want anything for him, we can figure the money out.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Nyheim Hines thing, and I like what that's saying, and because he's so fast.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he's a punt returner too, and he can do.
Yeah.
And it is going to be that funny thing to watch what they do with him. And then go to look at Indianapolis and Frank Reich go, you couldn't figure out a way to get that guy the fucking ball.
Yeah.
You have one receiver that's okay. Paris Campbell is doing a little bit, but let's be honest, he'll get hurt here pretty soon. Jonathan Taylor, you haven't been able to run the ball. You're this super fast guy that can catch the ball really well.
Yeah.
You couldn't fucking figure out how to
do something with him.
It's very tough in the NFL for linebackers to stay with running backs.
Yeah, especially that
you
one.
have a super fast one that catches the ball.
Yeah.
And your bland white offense couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
He is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah,
that team is god fucking awful. And it's a shame.
Yeah.
For what they had with Jonathan Taylor and that offensive line of like, dude, it is just
completely downhill. We lost to him.
I know.
That's so sad. It's
but so did Kansas City.
Oh, I know.
Of like, it's still the NFL, so I mean they can still get you, but
oh god.
I mean my team just got fucking trounced by the Browns.
Yeah.
I mean
from the get-go too.
It was like soon as the Bengals marched it down and that ball got tipped and the Browns intercepted. That's how every game has started.
Yeah.
He's thrown a pick on the first.
Just lucky he didn't house it.
Last year he threw a 99-yard pick six on the first
drive.
Like, game's over.
Yeah.
It just like avalanche.
When we to circle back to like the player, attitude and like how you look, how they interact on the sideline. Jalen Hurts got that fumble first quarter, early second quarter. Came to the bench, talked to his tight end group, sat with his receiver group, and then went and spent the rest of the time sitting with his offensive line.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He didn't go sit with the quarterbacks. He didn't, you know what I mean? He sat, he talked and sat with it, and he wasn't yelling at anybody. He was, I thought that was freaking awesome.
Yeah. I think it's such a cool thing, too, like hearing Brandon Beane talk about Von Miller. About, like, he just fit in from the get-go. And then listening to Von Miller talk about it, like, because he was always in the linebacker room.
Yeah.
Well, now he's in the defensive line room over here. He's like, these guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's, it's spinning, like, it's just different systems of like, hey, I spend time with all these guys now because it's a core, whereas at other places you just be in the linebacker room and then you'll see the other guys in a full meeting or on the practice field, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's so separated out.
Exactly.
Of like,
no, that is
that's
cool.
awesome.
And then we always talk about teams stealing things from other teams.
Yeah.
The Eagles going out and getting Robert Quinn, huge.
Yeah.
Now they have like 8 guys to rotate, just like the Bills.
Yeah.
Now, they don't rotate as often, but nobody does because those are 4 new guys that come in that could be starters anywhere else. But just like that, like, okay, yeah, what are these guys doing that make them successful? Oh, their front seven's fresh every 3 plays. Like,
remember this 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Howie the GM's a dipshit.
Yeah.
And Sirianni's a fucking moron.
Yep.
You hear that press conference?
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, Howie's a genius now because he's built this team, and then Sirianni has taken guys that at the beginning that nobody really wanted, and like nobody wanted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Nobody had any faith that he was going to be anything. He's like, pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you seen what he was able to do in college, and you go, we'll just make that work. This is what you're really good at. We'll just do this. Because they always go, well, he's a running quarterback. It's like, boy, it seemed like he threw a lot of fucking dimes.
Yeah.
They weren't all to wide open guys. Like, he made passes, so.
He didn't start running the triple option until he got to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He threw the football.
Yeah, he ran at Alabama.
Yeah.
But it was never designed. Once in a while, it's a pull out around the corner. But
other than that, he was a pocket passer.
Yeah.
And like it's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah.
But we talk about, just like you said, coaches elevating players. And like, how come it took Brian Daboll to make something out of Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
Like, the dude was the best running back coming out of college in a long time.
Yeah.
Fully. I mean, the guy returned fucking kicks in college. I mean, and now all of a sudden, like, oh, we're getting production out of him because it just took somebody smart enough to realize, hey, let's get him in different situations.
Yeah. That's always, you're right about everything that he's got out of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, they've won games that they shouldn't be winning because their roster is fucking terrible.
It's not good, but it's getting
they play
best.
hard.
Oh, my God.
I mean, now, are they going to keep it up? Danny Dimes a guy?
It's tough to tell.
And now the bad part is hey, you're going to win enough games, you can't get a quarterback, so this is your guy.
Yeah.
Now, but you got to sign him to like 25 million.
Yep.
I mean, you can't. Hey,
don't go sell.
Hey, Danny, you're getting a 3-year deal, and we'll guarantee you 2.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting.
Because
you still need
coming up.
You still need to. Well, it is coming.
It's got to be this year, right? Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
You gonna let him walk? Because you can't.
No.
You gonna franchise tag him at $42 million?
Yeah.
I doubt it. So you better figure out a deal.
Yeah.
Because he's kind. The problem is when he's not playing well and you don't want to exercise the 5th year, meaning you're going to let him walk or franchise tag him. Boy, if you win some games and now you can't draft a quarterback, and it's like, well, maybe they can get one in free agency. Because when has that worked?
Never.
Peyton Manning 1.
That's it.
Tom Brady 2.
That's it. But they were the greatest ones of all time.
A year.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's
basically 1 year. What did Peyton play 3 or 2?
He played all 5.
Did he?
He played all 5.
Didn't feel like it.
No, it didn't. That 5th one.
I mean, yeah,
it was
he
iffy.
wasn't.
Now, his first year, we went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Second year, AFC Championship game. Third year,
he started.
Yeah, kind of trickling down.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, his last year was Super Bowl.
It'd be that of, like, do you think the Packers are going to cut Aaron Rodgers? Because that's the person you'd have to get.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got to pay him. Because now Danny's got the, oh, you want to franchise tag me? Okay. That'd be $42 million.
I'll sign it.
Because the contract you offer only guaranteed $42 million. So, what the fuck?
Yeah. And they're going to run it because I think Saquon's up too. And his production this year has now got him a decent contract from another team.
Yeah.
Not top tier, but decent.
Well, because he's too old for that.
Yes, but decent enough to put him as a 2-back system somewhere.
Because his problem is, and there's some teams. Penn State's one.
Yeah.
Alabama's another. For the most part, Wisconsin's one. That they use their running backs so much that they don't have much left when they get to the NFL.
Yeah.
And you mentioning that of like, because it wasn't like Saquon Barkley wasn't a stud in college.
Yeah.
Hey, why the fuck is he returning kicks?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
that's a big.
That's kind of one of those of like, hey,
yeah, why?
Now granted he gets some touchdowns.
Yeah.
Got one against Ohio State.
Right. Yeah.
But it's still one of those things of like, but that stuff that like the NFL teams got to look at. It's like, hey, this guy took another 87 hits because he was returning fucking kicks when he's the best running back in the country.
Yeah.
In Alabama, like they will grind the fuck out of their running backs.
Yeah.
This guy's best running back in the country coming out of the draft. Why didn't he get drafted in the first round? Because he had 35 carries a game.
Because he's dead
in
now.
the SEC.
Uh-huh.
Against that team that had 6 guys drafted into the fucking NFL off their defense.
Yeah.
So, he might not have 5 years left in him.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin was like, and, now it's fallen off. He's been hurt this year. But outside of, with Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin always had a massive running back.
Yeah.
They're all dog shit in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Yeah.
Except Jonathan Taylor for 2 years, and now we'll see where this goes.
Yeah. Because he's out again this Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, when you rule somebody out on fucking Friday, that's like you weren't even close.
No, you were not even a little.
We're not even going to wait till Sunday at 10?
Yeah, exactly.
We're just going to go ahead and do that now. You want to flip to a little college real quick? Because there's some stuff happening this weekend.
We had when we had the first CFB
or
poll.
P.
Yeah.
CFP.
My bad.
That's okay.
I was thinking just college football, but now I realize it's the college
Football's
football
one
playoffs. Word. Yeah.
Usually they don't.
You talk now. I'll stop.
Let's just go back with last week. There wasn't really
nothing.
Anything.
Nothing.
The one thing I will say, and this applies to Ohio State with the same talk that we just had in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you can't run the fucking ball.
Oh, shit.
Because I'll tell you right now, that team can't beat Michigan.
No.
The way Michigan is set up to beat Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to let you run the ball. And if you can't run the ball, we're going to play this layered defense because we don't think you can not take shots.
They can't.
Because you're going to do this tunnel screen shit of like, hey, we either throw it 25 yards down the field or we throw it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's their pass offense. Yeah. It's very bland.
Yeah. Well, they started to show a little bit against Penn State in the second half. Like the end of that third quarter, they were hitting the 10-yard dig across the middle. I was like, oh, finally he's starting to hit the wide open fucking guy.
Because that's the one thing hey, don't throw it down the field. You ever notice how Alabama, for some reason, throws 15-yard slants all the way down the fucking field?
Mm-hmm.
They throw it 8 yards, but it's always open.
Yeah.
But, like, nobody else runs slants, but fucking Alabama runs them all day of, like, hey, they're going to press this guy. Our guy's faster. We think he can beat him to the inside. Just give it to him. He'll get 10 yards.
And I'll say something about Michigan that they haven't done in the past is they have started very fast. Now, Michigan State, whatever you say, but they have started very fast.
Yeah.
Like that Penn State game was over in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Because they rifled off those 2 big play runs.
Yeah.
Like that's a troublesome. Now, say what you want. Ohio State's defense is better, but they also have a tendency to give up a big play.
Yeah.
And that's a problem against Michigan because now that is a rivalry game. Those guys are feeling themselves. Now they can't do anything wrong. Now they're playing at a whole different level.
And here's the thing with that is Ohio State can't run the ball, and it's just like that because now you're at high level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now you still have better players than Michigan has.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would.
No,
but Michigan has guys though.
Yeah, they have. Their defense is playing. Last year, their defense was playing individually.
If they're
Ojabo and Hutch and then those guys were playing. They are playing as 11 this year.
Well, first of all, their defensive line is better this year.
1,000%.
Do they have the pass rusher? No,
but they're playing as a unit.
But they have NFL set up.
Mm-hmm.
They pressure from the middle.
Yep.
How do you beat Ohio State? You pressure from the middle. The edge.
Yeah.
Good quarterbacks can get around. Edge rushers are going to get their sacks, but you can help with that. It's tough to help if you're getting pushed up the middle.
Yeah.
But if you stop the run with your front 6, it's pretty tough to pass on that.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if that safety doesn't have to step down.
Mm-hmm.
And with Ohio State, I mean, now, granted, their next gear is better than anybody's.
Yeah.
Like when they flip it on. But it's like we talked about, hey, what's going to happen when that offense doesn't show up? And you almost fucking saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that you're getting, for 2 weeks in a row, you're getting a bunch of turnovers and starting in plus territory and kicking field goals.
Yeah.
Of like,
and I'll say this, Ohio State loses that Penn State game if they don't make a change at the defensive coordinator spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy,
no doubt,
the guy is good at what he does. and he's making the best of obviously Ohio State, because Ohio State doesn't really have, they have the I can't pronounce his last name, 44 or whatever. He's a good player.
Tuimoloau.
Yeah. You're telling me that before the season, so you're telling me Eichenberg's an All-American candidate? No.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is putting himself putting these guys in the best positions to make the plays.
Now, 44 was.
44 was.
Everybody, that was when I was watching this the other day. It's just a sports show on YouTube. I don't know the guy's name, but he does good stuff. And he was talking about that because in the offseason, he does a lot of recruit shit. Yeah. He's a college show.
Yeah.
But he's like, people were asking me because Tuimoloau, I believe, he didn't sign on signing day. Mm-hmm. He pushed it like another month or so because it was COVID and he couldn't take visits and he wanted to visit.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I was talking about this, in February. He's like, all you people kept commenting, why are you talking about recruiting? This guy hadn't signed yet. It can't be that. Well, he's the number one recruit in the country that hadn't signed yet. And he's taking visits.
It's a pretty big deal.
He goes, and this last week, that's why we fucking talked about the guy.
Yeah.
Because he's that guy.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. You could see
that was somebody's career he had on Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. No, for sure. The fact that he was able to play as a pass rush, and then he would go have to, in some parts of their defense, he'd drop back in coverage.
Yeah.
He's able to do that. That's a fucking guy.
Yeah. But I guess back to the Michigan-Ohio State thing of the difference that Michigan has, like Iowa shows you how, Penn State shows you how,
yep.
Notre Dame showed you how.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what those teams can't do is what Michigan can do.
Yeah.
Michigan run the fucking ball. And if Michigan run the ball and Ohio State gets 9 possessions instead of 15, now you lose.
Now you lose.
100%.
Yeah.
But I was watching Klatt's show, and I knew just the timestamp of at the 9-minute mark, Ohio State was losing by 5.
Yeah.
And at the 3-minute mark, they were up 20.
Mm-hmm.
But he took it the step further. Obviously, he was calling the game, and Penn State takes the lead with 907 or 902.
Yeah.
Ohio State's down 5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
6 snaps of the football, Ohio State was winning 30-21.
Yeah.
And in a minute 5 of game time and 6 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, well, that's the gear that
they can play at.
There's just a wave of points that just, okay.
Yeah, it's like that blitz that we talk about from Alabama. It's like you can't do that to them because they have the offensive weapons. Like, now you're seeing what the offensive weapons can do when your defense starts to show up as well.
Yeah. And they're forcing turnovers.
Yeah, they are. It's a different style of defense than what we haven't seen this kind of tenacity, aggressiveness on defense in a very long time.
And I think that's like that's my kicks against Ryan Day is his running game fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, you were a quarterback coach in San Francisco, so you should understand the running game.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a pass-happy guy.
Yeah, he is.
But he's a pass-happy guy that had almost that Big 12 mentality when he first started, like, we're not going to concentrate that much on the defense because we're going to score so many points. Mm-hmm. Well, at some point in time, your guy's going to have a bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're going to get beat. And in college, you can't lose.
Yeah. I don't... We have the same thoughts on Ryan Day. Like, you have to find what you are as a running team game system. You're trying to do 3 different styles of run blocking, and none of them are... Like, you're half-assing all of it.
Yeah.
You have to pick one, and you have maybe that second one to mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't NFL where you can do all this different stuff. You're either a power team, a gap team, or a zone team, and you're not really good at either one of them because you try to do too much of different ones.
I'll tell you what, when you watch them have any, not that they've had success, it looks different because they broke a 50-yard run, but when they gain 5 or 6 yards, it's when they fire out power and, hit the guys on the line and then slip up to the second level.
Yep.
When they don't run well, it's when they try to zone block because there's always one. If one guy slips through that zone, it's over.
Yep.
And there's always one guy going to slip through.
I will say this with Day on Saturday, is he was setting up runs for the second half and the first half.
Yeah.
And it's almost too late at that point.
Yeah.
like Penn State was giving you that backside of that defense. Like you could tell which way that their strength was on their defense because they had, and again we talk about one less guy makes a huge difference. They had one less guy on their weak side of their defense.
Yeah.
He was over in coverage help.
Yeah.
Which then gave the gap on that when you run that gap scheme up that backside there, which what Henderson ran that little 20, 30-yard run there. That's why. The guard and the tackle doubled, tackle slipped off. There's nobody there now.
Yeah.
He made one cut and he was gone.
My problem with his run game, too, is, hey, if you're going to run that zone, if you're going to do zone rights and zone lefts, at once in a great while, Stroud's got to pull that ball and go.
Just to keep him honest.
Even if it's for 5 yards.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Got to stop the guy. Because in a zone blocking scheme, nobody's accounting for that end.
Mm-hmm. Your quarter,
and if it's a slow, because they act like it's a zone read.
Yeah.
And that guy just crashes and he's to the running back before.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Your quarterback is an extra blocker.
Yeah.
For that reason alone.
That end is his job.
Yeah. You're holding that end to give.
Yeah.
Or when he crashes down hard, like 90% of the teams do because you don't run the ball, you got to pull it 5 times.
Yeah.
5 times max just to hold them enough when you do give it.
Now, the problem with Ohio State is when they zone block against a 4-3, one of those guys always slips the zone.
Yeah.
You know, now when they go against a 3-4 and you're only zoning 3 guys and then a linebacker's going to come up okay.
Yeah.
Because they're going to kind of flow with it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, one of those guys in the fucking A-gap slips through, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, your blocking is fucked.
Yeah.
And they only run into motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they run motion,
they're
running to that side.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
It is comical of like, hey, I feel like if I know that, like that other team probably knows that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they have too much talent to not be able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, you have a very, very nice 2-headed monster. With Henderson and Williams. Like, those guys are good running backs.
Yeah.
Henderson's your scat back, and Williams is just your freaking bulldozer.
Now, it seemed like they had some success because they did a little more pistol.
Yeah.
Maybe let them run downhill a little bit instead of doing a zone read into the A.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough.
That's
tough to do a dive out of that.
To do that, yeah. Especially when you have somebody in the A-gap. Like, you're asking a person to move another grown man whose job is to just eat that gap. Like that's a pretty fucking tough block to make. Even if you are
that guy's pretty good too.
Yeah, even if you are a good guard.
Yeah.
But
Michigan's defense, like they'll stop Ohio State. Ohio State will not run the ball on Michigan.
No. And they have to keep at it though. Like they have to keep trying to do it because you have the backs to do it. And your offensive line's not terrible. You're just not scheming for what they're good at.
Yeah,
I couldn't even tell you what they're really good at because they switch it up all the time.
Yeah, they're never working toward anything, it doesn't seem. But Michigan, they'll stop the run. And then, hey, if his passes are off a little bit, one tip ball or whatever, and then Michigan's going to be successful running the ball.
Yeah.
And then Ohio State, me and my brother talk about this, they always have one. There's always one where they're going to defensive penalty a touchdown.
Yeah.
They're just going to be a pass interference or multiple pass. They're going to end up giving up a touchdown off penalties.
Yeah.
This time it just happened to be of, hey, you can't line up over the center.
Yeah, exactly.
You just can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fucking rule.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to touch the guy.
It's been a rule for ages.
Did he touch the guy much?
Still a penalty.
Was it ticky-tack? Yeah. But is that the rule? Yeah.
But there's an official that specifically is just looking at that part.
And he will tell you,
yes,
hey, move over.
Move. Yeah. And when you don't, that's the flag.
You'll even see that when the linebacker gets in there, and you'll see that guy go tap him on the hip.
Yeah.
Hey,
dude, move over.
Like, you're not allowed to cover him up either. Of like, then you give up a touchdoand on that. Of like, then you had him on a 4th down. You basically throws up a Hail Mary, and you fucking tackled the receiver.
I know. Like, dude, turn around and make a play on the ball.
Hey, that's... Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't be playing press on 3rd and 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe use our heads.
I mean, I'm not going to say much about the defense, but once a game, they always let one down the field that way. Now, everything else was kind of boring last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing really.
No, Tennessee's tempo is going to be a problem for teams.
Yeah.
Their up tempo one, it seems like that's when they're playing their best, which is scary. Like their best football comes when they're going up tempo. The hooker guy, he reminds me.
Well, he's 47 years old.
Yeah, well, he reminds me of Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
Big arm, big bodied, can move. It's like, okay, but when does he screw up? Because he's had a lot of the receiver.
My God.
The receiver makes him look very, very good.
Which is very good. He throws a good ball.
When he screws up, I want to know how he responds once he screws up.
Yeah.
Because they have scored. Like, it's some kind of anomaly number on how many possessions where they've scored.
One of those things, I think just because of his age, I think okay.
Yeah.
Because he's the age of when you stop being a jackass. Yeah. Like that 24, 25, you kind of start turning into, oh, this is how shit works.
Uh-huh.
But the ball he throws, I understand that guy's open by 20 fucking yards. But the weird thing that you're seeing from him is he hits that guy in stride. Like that guy, he's not stopping to catch up, but which most time in college, hey, don't fucking miss the guy. Like throw it on a line, he can stop and catch it. He might not score now, but
he's
hitting him in step.
Which tells me he knows his read. He's not waiting for that guy to get open. He's open. Like, I'm throwing it now.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the up tempo is people are so open because defenses are scattering. I mean, you saw it against Kentucky's has a top 15 defense in college. Are they really any good? No. But defensively, they always play tough, and they just ran through that. Whether it was a run, pass, you saw it against Bama. Bama's offense just happened to be good enough to counter back off of what they had.
That's why I told somebody I would have taken Kentucky just because the point spread and Tennessee's defense isn't any good.
No.
Well, and that was my fault because I know Kentucky fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And they always suck. They always get some, he's doing a good job down there. Well, that's still fucking Kentucky. That's my fault.
Oh, he is doing a good job, but it's Kentucky. But it's Kentucky. He's doing a good job for Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean.
Because that was because I ran into a guy at Walmart. He was talking about that, and I was going over that of why I'd take Kentucky. And I should have been right because I said I'd take Ohio State because Penn State couldn't. Yeah. Now they get a bullshit touchdown at the end there to cover. But then I showed him our picks for the NFL, and I was like, don't go. I said, Seth's doing very well this year. Like, you can take his stuff, and I'm terrible. So, like, bet against me. Week? And then I go 4-1 this week. I was like, he probably lost some fucking money. And they're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Tennessee, because obviously that rolls into this week, is a massive game.
That one's going to be very fun to watch.
Yeah. I'm glad that's a 3:30 game.
Me too.
Glad because obviously Ohio State's noon, which I don't love. Because that's a quick turn for me.
Yes, it is. But I do find it weird how we have a 1 and a 3, and it's not fucking night game.
Because an SEC game.
I know. They never play good ones at night. It's just super fucking odd that it's not at night. Because could you imagine how fucking awesome Athens would be if it was at night?
Well, because that bothers me, too. Like, Ohio State, Penn State, that's a fucking noon kick.
Yeah.
It's a night game.
You played Toledo at 7:30.
Yeah.
Why?
Now, I don't know if the Big Ten still has that where they don't kick off after 3:30 once you hit November. That used to be a rule. I don't know if it still is.
But so you're putting Alabama LSU at 7. Okay.
Which is fine.
It's fine. But,
well, mainly because that's an ABC game.
Yeah, but still, though, LSU, it has a one bullshit ranking.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Bullshit fucking ranking. 10?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
10? When they get trounced by Alabama, and they now have 3 losses, and they're going to be still ranked the next week, we have a fucking issue.
It's a huge issue. It's a massive issue.
One, they're terrible. You're giving Alabama now a top 10
It's the massive issue that just fucked TCU is what that did.
Yeah, it did.
Because when Alabama houses them, where are they going to fall to? 16? Oh, they got beat bad, but it was by Alabama at Alabama. Or no, it's at LSU.
Yeah.
But it's like, it'll be your 3rd loss. But if Tennessee gets beat in a close one, and you say, yeah, but we beat the fuck out of LSU, and they're still 15th.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, they got housed by Tennessee, and then they get beat by Florida.
Who?
LSU. Or who'd they get beat by? They get beat by Tennessee.
They got beat by some bullshit school, didn't they?
I thought it was Florida.
It might have been.
I mean, that makes sense. They are bullshit.
I was going to say, it's a good dig.
Didn't even know they had a team.
No, they haven't played Florida yet. Yeah, they did. No, LSU beat them. They played them 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they got beat by Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah, right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, okay, another Florida team that's worse than fucking Florida.
But yeah. Oh,
and they got housed by Tennessee at home.
At home, 40-13.
Top 10, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck
top
out
10.
of here.
That pissed me off. Clemson at 4, I get them.
I don't.
But they're bad. They're a bad football team.
That is 100% what they've done in the past.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that those 13 fucking people put Michigan against Clemson and say that Clemson's a better fucking team.
Oh, I know.
There's no fucking way.
No fucking way. But
there's not a person in the country.
No.
I don't know that there's a Clemson fan that would do that.
Yeah. No, Michigan's way better.
And I understand they're like, Michigan's off-season schedule, and I get it. It's fucking horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
But they beat Penn State.
Yeah, they just
soundly.
They just won a rivalry game against Michigan State.
Yeah.
We count those for some reason when it's other schools.
Yeah.
And it was a rivalry game. It was close. What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's like, there's nothing that tells me that, I mean, Clemson barely beat Syracuse, and they had to pull their quarterback.
Yeah.
He wasn't hurt. He was just terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. And then Notre Dame coming out of nowhere and just fucking blitzing the fuck out of
And
Syracuse.
now Notre Dame plays Syracuse this week.
No, Clemson.
Or Clemson this, and I said Syracuse.
Yeah.
The fuck was that? When that, as soon as my mouth closed on that, I'm like,
weird.
What was that? Syracuse.
I can't pray to the gods more.
I hope Notre Dame beats the fuck out of them.
So totally do.
I hate Dabo so much.
Oh, he's such a little fuck.
Because everything that he does is weird.
He's just a weird guy.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the type of guy
that sits at his desk and has a little pillow for his testicles in his chair.
Nope.
Oh,
not where I was going at all.
Go with where you're going to go.
I can't. I feel like he's the guy who won't go celebrate with his staff. Like the rest of the staff will go out, have a beer or meet back, and he just doesn't. Like that's the type of guy. I feel like he just seems like a douche.
But I also feel like the staff's okay with that.
I know, because it's like, well, this guy's a
fuck Dabo.
What a fucking bummer. Yeah.
What a loser.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk politics. Like we're football coach trying to have a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not, and obviously that would help Ohio State. But I always say that too, but like they need it.
Yeah.
They don't need that.
No.
They just have to beat Michigan. You just have to win out. Same thing for Michigan. Like I understand you can't say that the rankings don't matter because they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it matters where you are and where your opponents are.
Yeah.
Does it matter that Michigan's number 5 right now? No. Because they play Ohio State. And whoever wins that game, if they don't, fumble themselves on the way to it.
Yeah.
But whoever wins that game's in.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter for Michigan really.
Uh-huh.
But it matters for TCU that if TCU goes undefeated.
They're not getting in.
I mean.
They're not. And this has nothing to do with, obviously nobody cares about anything past the top 5 or top 4. Texas has 3 losses and they're ranked.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What? I don't get that.
Because with a backup quarterback, they almost beat Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And you get credit for almost winning.
Yes, you do.
But it also gives Alabama a quality win.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of which they don't need.
No. I don't get that. Like, there's not another school that should be, like, UCF has 2 losses. Okay, they're 25th. Why are they, I could almost kind of get behind them at 25.
Yeah.
You're telling me 3 losses and a 2-loss team? Like, we're counting losses now because that means a lot, except when it's 15 and above.
Yeah.
Now we're just plugging and placing.
Well, that's the other one. Like LSU ranked 10 because they beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
With 2 losses, but Utah sitting back there at 14, they beat USC.
Mm-hmm.
USC's 9th.
Yep.
What are we doing there? How does that work?
Yeah.
Then I did listen to Klatt talk about how they actually do it, and it shows how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they don't rank them 1 through 25.
Yeah.
They do them in pods.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so like USC never gets compared to Utah.
Yeah.
So they're never in the same conversation. So that head-to-head matchup doesn't fucking matter.
Anything. Yeah. Boise State's 6-2. They're better than Texas.
Yeah.
Or right now is your first rankings. Because those losses means, it's just, it's dumb. dumb. But I am excited for one. I hope Notre Dame fucking beats the hell out of Clemson.
Yeah, and I hate Notre Dame too, but I like Marcus Freeman.
I do, yeah. LSU and Alabama. I hope Alabama beats the hell out of them because I can't
beat the flying.
I can't fucking stand Brian Kelly.
I mean, the only thing that does is it ends Alabama's season if they get beat.
Yeah,
because then that fucks. Then the SEC's really fucked. Because if Alabama gets beat again and then shows up and beats Georgia or Tennessee, now you're like
Tennessee.
God, I'm having trouble talking today. Am I having a fucking stroke? I did make it another week, which we didn't know. But what do you do then? Like if Alabama has 2 losses but wins the SEC.
Yeah. That's crazy. That would be nuts.
And there's 2 SEC teams that have 1 fucking loss and are ranked in,
God.
Now what do you do?
That would just
do all 3 get in now?
Yeah. Who knows?
Because how can the SEC champion not be in the playoff?
I know. That would be such a freaking.
That harkens back to the, hey, we need to get rid of divisions because that can really throw something in the fuckery.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be crazy if that happened.
I kind of hope it does.
Me too, because I want to see which way it goes.
Because, well, actually, that would depend on if Alabama still got to the championship game.
Yeah.
Because their 1 loss doesn't matter because it's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But LSU hasn't lost to the East yet. Tennessee, or hadn't lost in the West yet because Tennessee's in the East.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it'd be quite a conundrum. Quite a conundrum.
Then what if LSU ended up in the fucking championship game?
Oh, my goodness.
And say if Tennessee and Georgia this weekend have a fucking barn burner like the Alabama game, and it's a last second fucking field goal.
Yeah.
And then Georgia wins, and now it's Georgia LSU in the SEC championship game.
Ugh. Yeah.
And then Tennessee's back there going, hey, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you want to get rid of those divisions because they're kind of fucking you up.
Fucking you up hardcore. I don't like how the divisions, I know they got played out a long time ago, but
yeah.
How the hell can you not look at that and be like, where are all the good teams on one side?
Yeah. Like, how do you look at the Big Ten and go, yeah, this is working?
Yeah, exactly.
The only teams that ever really have a chance to do anything are all on this side.
Mm-hmm.
And the teams over here is like, there's teams that only have a fucking win that are still in it.
Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan is playing.
The clear path to the championship runs through Illinois.
Yeah. Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God.
Which that guy's a chud.
Oh,
Bielema.
Yeah.
Like he looks like
he looks like he
looks like the white part of goose shit.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know.
Well, you know how goose shit looks, and then they have white. Like how it's just clumpy and lumpy.
Yeah.
But like a Tootsie Roll almost.
With that at the
end
of it.
What he looks like, except he's white.
Yeah.
So that's white goose shit.
You were on a stretch on that one, buddy.
That is not a stretch. That is fucking factual.
Okay. All right.
Look it up.
All right.
Look it up.
I'm not going to Google goose shit.
Please do. I want to see what kind of ads you get. We were talking about that earlier about just fucking ads that you get. Obviously, I watch a lot of YouTube. And, and it usually is shit that you search on your phone or whatever. But now, as ads popping up of like how I keep my HIV in check, and I'm like, hey, whoa, what the fuck? Why am I getting these AIDS ads for AIDS medicine? What? I don't understand. Like the last ad was shit that I actually legit looked up in Google that popped up here, and
now it's AIDS medicine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That's funny. Now Bielema is a turd, though.
Yeah, turd.
He's a turd.
A white turd from Goose.
From Goose.
I mean,
from Geese.
No, from Goose. It's not geese shit. It's goose shit.
One particular goose.
I mean, I guess if two geese put their buttholes together and pushed out at the same time and they meshed into one turd that had white tips.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
Speaking of like the plurals with goose and geese, I saw a clip of Jeopardy and it was plurals, and Moose popped up. And the guy goes, Meese? I'm like, this is not even close, man. It's not even close.
I believe it's just Moose.
Yeah, deers. Deers. Oh.
I always like the ones that like flocks.
Yeah.
It's a flock of geese. It's a this of that of like some they're just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like the one for ravens is
a flock of raven.
It's not flocks. It's like a fucking murder of ravens, or it's like it's something weird like that. Like fucking what?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. So who do you got? Let's just pick these games.
Okay.
For the Bama, Georgia. I believe Georgia is favored by 8. I believe at this particular point in time, maybe 8.5, which is weird.
Yeah.
For the number 1 team.
It is weird.
But it's at Georgia. Between the hedges, as they say down there. I hate hedgerows, but apparently they love them in the South.
Well, I think I think I would probably take Tennessee if we're going points.
Yeah.
Head to head, I'd probably take Georgia.
Yeah.
But we're going points at -8.5. Tennessee again. Tempo screws with defenses.
Yep.
Can't sub. You can't change things. You have to play in your base the whole entire time. So I'll take Tennessee with the +8.5 because that's what it says right here.
I would take Tennessee with the points, and then I'm gonna say Georgia wins the game.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Tennessee wins the game.
Okay.
Because I hate Georgia.
Yeah.
And that is the other funny thing is the 2 starting quarterbacks in this game are the same age as Joe Burrow.
I know.
And he's in his 3rd season in the NFL.
That is weird.
Then Bama, LSU. Bama's favored 13.
I will double check
14
that
maybe?
for you. 13.5.
13.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Bama to cover that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Bama is going to cover that by, I'd say 21. I'd say 3 scores.
I don't think that LSU can get to 20 points against Bama.
I would agree with that.
Especially at Bama.
Yeah.
Because
it's at LSU.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Very sorry.
It's fine.
But I don't think Brian, bad thing is I hate Brian Kelly.
I know.
A lot of hate speech on this today.
Yeah.
And that's my fake Southern because it's Brian Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it down here at LSU. Like, dude, you're from like fucking Boston or some shit like that. Like,
I have a Boston accent, Dick.
Let's get in my car.
It'd be way better.
Be way better if you did, good at football. I don't know if that's right.
It's not.
It's Southern. I'm super good at accents. But I don't like him, but he is a good coach.
Yeah.
And it's too early for him to be beating Alabama.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, he's been able to recruit at fucking Notre Dame and get some players, and there's a shit ton of kids in Louisiana.
Well, the number one quarterback just committed. He's reclassifying to come in 2024.
Yeah, so it's like he's going to get players.
Mm-hmm.
I think LSU is going to be good.
Yeah.
I think those are the only games worth pick. Well, I'm going with Notre Dame beat Clemson.
Yeah, me too.
I don't even give a shit what the spread is.
Clemson's got a -4.
Yeah, and I wouldn't follow these because these are all picked with my heart.
Yeah. I hope Notre Dame just beats the ever-living shit out of them.
Plus, it's super tough to pick college games because they're fucking 20-year-old kids unless your quarterback's at Tennessee or Georgia.
And none of the spreads make any sense.
No. My main thing is on the year, take Bama given the points.
Yeah.
For the most part, 85% of the time, you're going to win that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
It's just the way it is.
I'm with you.
And then the other, I don't know that there's any games worth picking outside of that.
No, those are the only 2 ranked opponents playing each other.
And then the only other thing going on with college is how many people are going to leave Texas A&M because that is a shit show.
Yeah. I think we talk about him being a shithead all the time.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much what I think we could both expect when he came to a different program is wreck it, leave.
Get fired and get $80 million.
Yes. Get fired, leave, and then go take some other trashy program and trash them more.
Because it's one of those of you left Florida State, pretty flagship program of which you won a national championship.
Yep.
To go to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And you can't say it's because you wanted to be in the SEC.
Yeah.
Because SEC jobs come open every year. And we're talking jobs like Auburn.
Yeah.
And LSU.
Yep.
And big-time programs. Texas A&M.
Yeah.
They were a fucking skid mark in the Big 12. They're jack shit in the SEC.
Yeah.
And go back to the Brandon Bean thing and stuff, like looking at that. Hey, you can spend all that money to get the 5-star recruits, but if they're piece of shit humans,
yeah, you're not going to work.
Which it seems like that he just suspended 4 of them.
Yeah,
they're smoking weed in the locker room after a game.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Yeah,
well, you paid me this much money to be here. I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's what you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe those aren't the guys you want.
Nope. And you're pretty much a piece of shit human yourself. So,
and you're terrible at coaching them.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Pete Carroll's about the only one that I can say who can coach the kids who don't come from a lot of structure.
Yeah.
But probably the best one I can think of. How many of those Southern Cal guys that he just be able to shape up and play for him?
Because he's fucking likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's a hard-ass coach.
Uh-huh.
But he's likable.
He's like, look at the guy.
They have a good time.
The guy's 70-something and how much passion he still coaches with.
He's gnawing on that gum.
Mm-hmm. God, it's got to be sponsored by Hubba Bubba or something.
Hubba Bubba. You imagine if he was chewing that much Hubba Bubba, how strong his jaw is, because that shit's like concrete.
Oh, I hope he has like the little roll pack in his back pocket. It's not a dip ring. It's the Hubba Bubba roll pack.
You know what I wish he fucking had?
What?
Big League Chew.
Oh, Big League Chew.
If he'd pull out a pouch of Big League
sour
Chew.
apple Big League Chew.
Just get that shredded gum in there.
And I hope he puts it in like a yeah, exactly, baby. I love Pete
That's
Carroll
what I used to do when I was a kid.
Yep.
Act like I'm a dipper.
Yep.
Like a big leaguer.
Big leaguer.
Big League Chew was the fucking greatest.
It was so awesome. Dick's Sporting Goods used to sell it. I don't know if they still do or not, but
I don't know if they still sell the beef jerky that way. Remember when the shredded beef jerky looked like a dip? And then you'd stick it in there like you were dipping?
I used to do that all the time.
That's what I did.
When my dad would buy dip, he would buy me the beef jerky dip. Yeah,
just stick it in there. Yeah, let me stick this in. Let me put a fucking lipper in here.
A little teriyaki.
Yeah.
It tasted terrible because it was just grounded up.
It was, yeah. It's just shredded fucking dehydrated beef jerky. Here's all the really shitty beef jerky we don't feel like we can put in the pack. Let's just shred it up. Sell to these kids to act like they're,
cool.
Chewing.
Yeah.
We like go to fucking pee-wee baseball practice and we get this can of fucking dip.
Yeah.
This fucking chaw in.
Yeah,
it's fucking $9 now for this can. You put half of it in so you look like a fucking guy working on an oil rig.
Yeah. Got this Jack Link long cut. It's good shit.
Chewing. It's so much fun.
It is.
But when you chew and smoke, it's a bit much.
I think it's funny.
Was for a bit.
Yeah, was for a bit. Can't get enough.
Feel like, let me take this pouch out so I can
light the cigarette in.
I'm a fucking loser.
You want to pick NFL games now?
Sure.
You beat me this week. I know we talked about it. You went 4-1 and I went 2-3. Nice. Thanks. Set that on fire. Okay. While you look yours up, I will go ahead and start on you. Take my time. I'll go right off the bat here, sir. I'm going to give you... This is going to be a fun one. Colts at Patriots. The Colts are plus 5.5.
I am taking the Patriots. We said this weeks ago, and then I didn't do it. I have no faith.
Yeah.
In the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
Frank Reich needs to be fired. Chris Ballard probably should get fired.
Yeah. Do a whole clean sweep of everything.
Gonna have to. Mm-hmm. And then plus Jonathan Taylor's out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are we doing? So I'm taking the Patriots minus the 5.5.
Sweet. Got you down, pal.
I'm going to give you the Dolphins at the Chicago Bears. Miami Dolphins giving 4.5 points in Chicago.
I am going with the Fins.
That's a weird spread.
Super weird, especially after they just traded away their 2 best defenders in the last week.
But lately, their defenses, they have scored points.
They have scored points. Yeah, I just think you're not going to be able to keep up with that offense.
Pretty tough.
Yeah. Let's see. Packers at the Lions. The Lions are plus 3.5. That's a tricky one.
I know.
That's a tricky one.
I know.
That is such a tricky one.
Do you go with the, hey, we got to win this game?
Yeah.
or the Pack, or because it is the Lions at home of like, hey, Dan,
This
like,
is
you're going to
your
get
shot.
fired too, pal.
Yeah.
Even though everybody loves you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take the Packers minus 3.5 because the Lions are fucking terrible.
They are so bad.
I'm taking the Packers minus 3.5. If
Gotcha.
I had a choice, I would not pick this game.
Yeah.
Because I have a belief in me that the Lions are going to fucking win outright.
Yeah. That's a tough
There's
one.
something in there saying that, like, in my mind, that can't happen.
Well, Luke's a big Packers fan, and he's going to the game, and I don't know if he's ever went to a game and watched the Packers win. So that's a big check mark for me, too.
Might be the only game left on their schedule they can fucking win. They are not. Their offense is horrendous. You have two top, 15 running backs in the NFL on your team, and you can't run the fucking ball.
I know.
It's weird.
It's tough.
I'm going to give you one that's a weird spread, but it should be a layup, but I don't know why it is what it is.
Okay.
Vikings at Commanders.
Yeah, I
minus 3.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I'm taking the Vikings minus the 3.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because the Commanders are kind of being scrappy in these last couple games, and
maybe they think that the poop pipes will burst again and they'll all get pink eye, so they won't be able to see. I don't know.
My eyes are watering, Coach.
Coach, it's the poop. Called the shit poop.
It's poop. All righty. Here we go. This one's a weird spread, too. And I'm going to give this one to you, pal. All right. Chargers at Falcons. The Falcons are plus 3.
Give me the Falcons in the 3, because I think the Falcons are going to win this game. I don't know what the Chargers are.
Yeah.
Granted, now Justin Herbert's going to throw for 350 yards.
Yeah.
But then again, the Chargers have everybody injured.
Yeah.
Do they have any receivers left?
I don't know. They have a practice squad guy.
Because this is one of those things of like everybody was sucking them off, and like nobody talks about them anymore.
Nope.
But the Falcons put it together.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah, they are.
But, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Artie Smith.
That's another one. I'd probably avoid that game. But, it is what it is. All right, I'm going to give you... Boy, there's some big ones.
Yeah.
And then there's some weird ones.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you Ravens at the Saints.
Okay.
Sunday night game. Ravens are minus 2.5.
I think it's the Monday night game.
Is that the Monday night game?
Yeah, Monday night game.
Oh, they do it under. Oh,
Yeah.
Titans, Chiefs is a...
Sunday night game.
We don't pick Mondays, do we?
No, not typically, but we can.
No, we don't have to.
Okay.
I'll go somewhere else.
All right.
The Rams at the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Rams are plus 3 at Tampa.
Yeah.
That's two teams that could be good, but it could also be dog shit.
I'm going to go Bucks. And I think both teams are in a win-now situation.
Yeah.
And I just think that the Bucks are just... I just think they're better. Like, Matt Stafford's not playing well.
No.
They're dropping passes left and right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to go Bucks minus the 3.
Okay.
I don't really like it.
It's a tough pick.
Because
chances are it's a 3-point game.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Here we go. Let's give you the Raiders at the Jags. The Jags are plus 2.5.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
It's not like Jacksonville's fallen off, but it's not like they're fucking terrible. Like
No.
they could have won that game.
Yeah, they probably
should have won that game.
Yeah.
100% probably should have won that game.
I mean, Denver takes a freaking...
And the Raiders just...
are absolute garbage. I'll say this. The Jags have the second most missed tackles in the NFL, and the Raiders like to try and run the football.
Yeah. Give me the Jaguars.
I already had it typed in.
Yeah.
I figured what you were going with.
How can you pick a team that just got fucking blitzed?
I know.
You didn't fucking score.
No. It's tough. In the NFL, you didn't score.
It's the NFL.
You didn't score a point.
You spent a lot of money.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But, hey, you got that fucking offensive genius that you fucking hired again.
Yeah.
Okay. You sure it wasn't Tom Brady?
Uh-huh.
Their offenses sucked since he left.
Yeah.
Maybe it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Or Tim Tebow, too. All right. Let's give you Where are we at here? How many games do I got left to give you? Just the last one?
I need two.
You need two more?
Yeah, you need one more.
Give you the Bills at the Jets. It's 11.5.
Yeah, I really want to take the Jets because 11.5, but the Bills just, I don't know.
They're so good.
They are. And I hate picking the double-digit spreads.
Tough. It's the NFL.
And
Shouldn't
I never
happen.
do, so I'm going to take the Jets plus the 11.5.
All right. That's a tough one.
It is.
I can't love that.
No, I don't, but I hate the double-digit spreads.
Yeah.
And I'm 50-50 picking the double-digit spreads this year, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, your last game, buddy. I will give you the I don't want to give you your own game. You can give that to me. So I'll give you
I think I'm going to have to at that point in time.
Well, you can do Sunday night. We got
six guys. We got 6 teams on bye this week. So
I'll give you Seahawks at Cardinals. The Seahawks are plus the 1.5.
Give me the Seahawks.
Yep.
I don't know what the deal is with Arizona.
And the Seahawks are playing just fun football right now.
Yeah.
Fine. All right.
Yeah,
Which one you
I'm going
me?
to have to give you the Bengals game because the Sunday night game's a 12.5 point spread.
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Even though, because I already know where you're going to go with it. So
yeah.
I'll give you the Bengals. The Panthers at the Bengals. Panthers are getting 7.
I'm going to go Bengals minus the 7.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's where I'd go too.
They're just bad team. The Panthers are, and you're not trying to win. You're not really trying to do anything. So, and the Bengals need a bounce back game, and I think that they're a good enough team to have a bounce back game. So,
yeah, and that Titans and Chiefs game at 12.5, I would have went with the Titans mainly for the fact that the Chiefs don't cover all that much, and 12.5 is a lot.
Yeah,
and if Tennessee can run the ball and just fucking run the clock out on them, I mean, that can happen. So,
no,
it's a tough
one. It's a tough pick'ems this week because we had really close and we had really spread out.
Yeah, you got coin flip games like the Ravens and Saints are 2.5.
Yeah,
Cardinals 1.5, and with Seattle 2.5 on the Jags and the Raiders.
Yep.
I mean, then you're getting flat threes like the Chargers and the Falcons. Where's the hook at?
We rarely get the flat ones either.
Yeah, and the Vikings and Commanders is just fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I don't understand that.
Did we not hear something that's going on?
Taylor Heineke that big of a mover?
Yeah.
That 3 points over,
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin's so fucking good.
Yeah, he is.
It sucks that he's there.
I know.
It sucks that he's there.
And he re-signed, I think, last year, didn't he? Big contract?
Yeah, he got his big deal.
Yeah.
Like 20 some mil a year.
For a special teamer out of college.
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome.
So when we're in the belief, too, because we're pushing down with time here, 3 weeks, Beckham's going to be getting cleared probably.
Yeah.
Can we both assume that he's just going to the Bills?
Probably.
For $2 million?
The only thing that I will critique.
$1 million and some.
The only thing that I will say about that is he has been very, very Twitter happy with the Giants lately.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going there.
You can't go there because you can go there, but they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you're at the point where.
No, the Bills would be
he's
awesome.
going to the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't go to the Bills, somehow he'll end up on the Chiefs.
Yep. That's my opinion as well.
Because why would you go anywhere? If you're him, because you're going to prove it, it's your second ACL on the same leg.
Yep.
And you're on a prove it deal, so you're going to get $2 million, $1.5 million plus some incentives. Maybe you can make $5 million.
Yep.
By the time it's all said and done. He was going to be the MVP of that Super Bowl.
Yes, he was.
And
the
best thing him going down was the best thing for the Bengals because they were going to get blown out in that game.
Oh, yeah, they were.
Because they had no answer for.
Not for both of them.
They had Cup shut down, but they had no answer for Beckham.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing with the Bengals, too, is with Awuzie going down for the year.
Yeah, it's tough.
Now, Eli Apple's your fucking number one corner. That's a problem.
The only other thing that I see with OBJ is I have a little bit of a San Fran complex right now because they seem to be all in on this season.
Yeah. Oh, they'll be in on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's his pick.
Yeah, I know.
With the whole thing with Baker and stuff of like, hey, is Jimmy G the guy you want slinging the ball?
Yeah. No, and I get that. That's why they're in the back of my mind, but they're not my front runner.
Or you want Stefan Diggs running down the field and you running that that skinny post.
Yeah.
Like just under the safety, fucking wide open.
Yep.
Feel like that's the play.
Mm-hmm.
And they can make that happen. We don't have any money. Well, they can find $2 million.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Josh Allen will be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll restructure this year now. Just give me a signing bonus and we'll just push this a year.
Yeah. Because the Chiefs will find a way to have money somewhere.
Oh, they'll get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just me.
No, that was the guy that sets my markers.
Oh.
This pin changed, so the marker location changes.
Gotcha.
And we have a specialty guy that's his job. He just changes T markers.
Nice. Cool.
Because we have a specific route to do that. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. You said Code Brown, and I said almost.
Mm-hmm.
That was the story. Obviously, I was at work this morning. No big deal. Obviously, we're getting a little deep into this podcast, but for this, I was telling you this story no matter what before I leave.
Yeah.
And might as well just do it on the air. So, it's November, obviously, but we're professionals, so we're still keeping the course. So I was out, I was rolling the greens because we like to present a high-quality golf course.
Yeah.
Out there going. I'm about equidistance from the bathroom on the course and the bathroom in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling the green, the roller, exactly the one like we had.
Yeah.
The side-to-side action.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think I got to go to the bathroom. No big deal. So I'll finish this green.
Yeah.
Finish the next green, and then I got to drive right by that bathroom. I just stop in. No big deal. Well, I finish the green, hook it back up to the cart. I got to go now.
I got to go now.
So I make the decision to go up to the on-course bathroom.
Gotcha.
Obviously, anybody that's been on golf courses and stuff, you get out in the rough driving, no matter what course you're on, you're going to hit some bumps.
And a little bumpy.
I get about 30 yards away from that bathroom, and I had to fucking stop the cart. Because it was like, uh-oh.
It's coming now. Yeah.
Stopped the cart, got out and stood next to the cart.
Been there.
I had to get the legs. I had to get the legs straight.
Got to close
that
now
I'm like
hole.
30 yards away. Maybe 40.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, hey, if I stand here for a few minutes, you get that little where the pressure goes away. All right, I got like another minute or so I can make it.
Yep.
That's not happening now. So now I'm in a pickle.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of like, I don't know that I can sit back down on the cart because I think if I sit down, it's over.
Yeah.
I feel like that's,
mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't know that I can walk to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's very walkable in a minute and a half I'd have been there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can do that. So how this played out, my cart doesn't have a hood on it.
Uh-huh.
I had to stand up in my cart to drive the rest of the way to the bathroom so I didn't shit my pants.
Oh, that's great.
And it wasn't like it was, just a regular shit.
Yeah.
But it was just like, hey, it's time. This is coming out now.
Yeah.
And I bet I stood next to the cart for what felt like 2 minutes. Scared to move. Of like, this is
going to come.
Do I have to go home?
Yeah.
Is this happening? I don't think I have anything in my vehicle that will allow me to
continue to
transfer.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, it's still dark out, so nobody can see me driving. But the fact that, literally standing straight up in my golf cart with my hand on the wheel, working the pedal.
That's funny.
But driving slow because I can't jockey around. And then also can't hit bumps and fall.
Yeah.
Because if I fall, it's
I'm
over.
Myself for sure.
It's over.
Yeah.
But it was like it was the closest I've ever been. The absolute closest I've ever. Usually, if you pause for a second, you get that little and the pressure. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Because I
just
some
bought
time.
myself some time.
Yep.
I'm good.
Haul ass. No,
didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it was fucking touch and go. Even by the time I got there, opened the door, got about an 8-inch step up to get that was difficult.
Yeah, it's tough.
And then 4 or 5 steps into the bathroom of like, it's still touch and go. While I in the stall was still touch and go of like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Pants all the way down.
Oh my God. That was like in the scenario you play in your mind of, I'm going to have to go home and change.
I have to shit my pants now. Yeah.
Like there's no other, like this is no other. I mean, I could have shit next to a tree, I guess. Just kind of let it scud out of there. Fucking scud missile just going to. What are these deer eating out here? This looks weird. But yeah, that was my morning of like.
Close call there.
So when you said Code Brown when I first got here, I'm like, hey.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it was fucking decisions were being made of like.
I was contemplating my options.
If this is it, I don't know if I have another pair of pants. I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, the closest I've ever been to, like, I have never shit outside.
Yeah.
In my life. No, it's never. This is the fucking closest. I almost made that fucking decision of like, I'm like next to the woods. Like I could have taken 2 steps in and been
fine.
But it's like, that was, I've never even had that cross my mind that would be an option.
Yeah.
But it was
pretty fucking close.
It was going to be it was another minute or so of like, not even an option. This is just what's happening. So that's how you know how my week started.
Yeah.
That's how my week ended.
Great week you had, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but hey, we survived.
Yep. You got through it.
We got through. I'm a far superior picker than you. Better than everybody.
Yep.
We'll be back next week. I'm sure I'll be undefeated. You'll be okay. You'll survive. Let's do it.
Wideside.